What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the OG family. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to my channel only if you want to. But look, my beautiful people, we got this 10 dream vacations that ended in disaster. You know, look, this is what I'm telling you. Look, that's why when I go on vacations and stuff, I don't do things that everybody else be doing. I don't follow the bandwagon. Like when y'all be in the ocean and stuff and you feel like sharks just don't like dark meat, that's a false thing, you know. Like, I don't want to get bit by nothing. Like I told you, I don't even like big fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is something that you go on vacations and you don't do that everybody else do? Let me know in the comments down below. I stand strong on what I believe on that. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you live your life how you want to. But man, we're gonna get into this video. Hopefully y'all been having a good day, man. Subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? We've been getting 1,000 subscribers a day, man. Going on 2,000 subscribers a day. I really do appreciate y'all. You feel me? We blowing. But let's get it. Show your face, you're the party girl. Show your face, you're the party girl. Oh, oh.
10 dream vacations that ended in disaster. Number 10. Crocodile attack, India. On April 28th, 2010, 25...
What I tell y'all? See, look, that had something to do with the water. I mean, come on now.
5-year-old American globetrotter Lauren Thaila was nearing the end of a vacation across India with her new boyfriend Jito Chadha. The couple were snorkeling near the Andaman Islands when Thaila was dragged underwater by a large saltwater crocodile. Chadha tried to help Thaila, but saltwater crocodiles are the largest of the crocodile family, spanning up to 10 meters, and there was ultimately nothing he could do. When Chadha recounted this to the authorities, however, they were skeptical and took him into custody as a suspect in her disappearance.
What?
It wasn't until 2 days later that Chadha could clear his name.
Wow.
The diver was able to recover his camera, which had recorded the start of the attack. Chadha was released by authorities and returned to America alone. Number 9. Snowed.
Bruh, that is so anti-climate. Like, that's probably the worst thing that's ever, like, he's ever going to experience in his life, and probably the scariest thing, bro. Somebody getting dragged away and y'all snorkeling together, that could have easily been you. But would you rather that be your girl or yourself? For my homies out there, answer that question. For my ladies out there, answer that question. Would you rather for that to be your man or yourself? I asked the weird questions. Let's get it up out of here. Let's get this conversation started. Let's go.
In USA. At the end of their Thanksgiving holiday,
somebody got to tell the story. You feel me?
In 2006, cable TV presenter James Kim, his wife Katie, and their 2 children set off from Portland, Oregon back to their home in California. Taking what they believed to be a shortcut, they soon found themselves trapped by heavy snow on treacherous mountain roads. Once the car's gas ran out, they burned the tires for warmth, and Katie fed the 4-year-old and 7-month-old children herself. After about a week, James Kim left to find help, but never returned. 2 days later, his family were spotted by a helicopter and rescued. When officials found Kim's body, they determined that 2 days was the same amount of time that it took him to lose his life to hypothermia. Kim had walked about 26 kilometers and was only found about 1.5 kilometers from an empty lodge, fully stocked with food and supplies.
Damn.
Number 8. Deadly cocktails.
Damn, bro, he almost made it, cuz. Like, damn. The things that, you know what I'm saying, a man to do for their family, you feel me? It's crazy. It ain't nothing I want to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have walked too. Hopefully, I would have made it.
Thailand.
It's crazy.
The PP Islands in Thailand are known as much for their picturesque beaches as they are for their notorious party culture. Each of these have tourists seeking out the island from around the world, as was the case for Canadian sisters Audrey and Naomi Belanga. One night, the sisters each had a 4x100 cocktail, a mix of the hallucinogenic kratom tea, coke, cough syrup, and other mystery ingredients added to their narcotic effects. At the end of the night, the sisters returned to their hotel room and wouldn't be seen again until the next day, when hotel workers found their bodies. Covered in lesions and with blue fingernails, authorities were stumped as to what had taken their lives.
Oh, wow.
Until the autopsy later revealed that the mystery ingredient in their cocktails had been DEET, an active ingredient commonly found in bug repellent. Number 7.
DEET, bruh? See, look, honestly, that's why we used to have that in the military. They used to give us that DEET. That shit's super strong, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even really supposed to put it on your skin, bro. Your skin is your biggest organ. You feeding your skin that DEET. And that DEET they ingested killed them like that. Ain't no joke. See, look, man.
Sandstorm
I ain't never used it.
Mali. The Tamadarkt festival in Mali bills itself as a trans-frontier celebration of Tuareg culture, music, sports and crafts. But 4 tourists were exposed to a darker side of Tuareg culture as they returned from the festival along the Mali-Niger border in January 2009. When the European travellers found themselves caught in a sandstorm, a group of armed locals used the cover to shoot at their vehicle and kidnap them.
Oh, wow.
The hostages were then sold to Al-Qaeda, who used them as bargaining tools. When their governments reached agreements with the captors, 3 of the hostages were released after about 3 months in captivity. Sadly, British national Edwin Dyer lost his life in captivity after about 5 months, reported as a result of Britain's firm stance against paying ransoms to terrorist groups. Number 6.
Wow. Look, man, we don't negotiate with terrorists either, but we do get our people back when we... Man, come on, man. That's crazy, bro. Like, that's so fucked up. Like, his country couldn't pay for him? Crazy.
Bungee cord, Africa.
That shit bothers me.
For many, the idea of bungee jumping is all too scary for them. But for 22-year-old Australian Erin Langworthy, jumping from the Victoria Falls Bridge in Zambia was a dream, which soon turned into a nightmare. Langworthy was the 106th jumper that day, and when she jumped, her bungee cord gave out and snapped, dropping her 111 metres into crocodile-infested water.
Wow!
Her feet still bound by the bungee cord, she spent 40 minutes trying to keep herself afloat down the Zambezi River. Despite partially collapsed lungs and severe bruising, Langworthy was able to grab some rocks and was pulled to safety by an employer of the bungee company.
Okay.
Luckily, she was able to make a full recovery and returned home 2 weeks later.
Woo!
Number 5.
Good thing she survived, bro.
Year, Peru. British tourist Rochelle Harris was hiking in Peru in 2013 when she walked through a swarm of flies. She waved them away, carried on, and thought nothing more of it. Until on her return flight, she began hearing a strange scratching noise, accompanied by strong headaches and shooting pains in her face. Upon returning, Harris went to a doctor who...
She bet not have maggots in her or nothing, bro. Like, this shit taking a huge left somewhere, bro.
Who suspected an ear infection, but upon closer inspection found 8 large maggots nestled in her ear canal.
I knew it, bro!
That Harris had encountered New World screwworm flies, which typically lay their larvae in wounds of warm-blooded animals. After hatching, the maggots had chewed a 12mm hole in Harris's ear canal.
Wow.
Although doctors were able to remove them all before any permanent damage could be done to Harris. Number 4. Cannabis on a shoe, Dubai. In the United Arab Emirates, drug laws are upheld with a strict zero-tolerance policy, as British youth worker Keith Brown discovered in September of 2007. Brown was returning from a holiday in Ethiopia with his wife via Dubai, when he was detained by airport security. Brown was soon charged with possession of cannabis and was handed a 4-year prison sentence.
What?
Given Dubai's strict drug laws, this didn't surprise many people until they discovered that the cannabis in question was 0.003 grams stuck to the bottom of his shoe. Weighing less than a grain of sugar and practically invisible to the naked eye, there was nowhere near enough of the drug to have any psychotropic effect. Authorities eventually acknowledged this and released the father of 3 5 months after he was arrested.
Wow.
Number...
Bruh, he did 5 months for some shit that was under his shoe? Bruh, they gotta pay me. You know, I'm suing the hell out them.
3. Trapped in a cave, USA. In June 1990, widower Gary Lutz took his 2 children to West Virginia to share with them his love of caving. 305 meters into the New Trout Cave, the family reached a maze of jagged rocks and tight spaces. Lutz didn't want his bag to get in the way, and he estimated that their headlamps had at least half an hour of light left, deciding he could afford to leave the bag of food and supplies there. But for some reason, the lights all went out within 10 minutes, leaving them in pitch black, surrounded by 8-foot drops and unable to move. After 5 days, Lutz and his sons, ages 9 and 13, had accepted their fate and waited for starvation and hypothermia to take them. Luckily, a local had noticed that Lutz's car had been abandoned for some time, and once authorities were alerted, the 3 were miraculously rescued and recovered after a 3-day stay in hospital. Number 2. Dingo attack, Australia. On the 17th of August 1980, a large group were camping at Uluru, commonly known as Ayers Rock, including Kiwi Lindy Chamberlain and her family. Lindy put her 9-week-old daughter Azaria to bed, but the camp was woken sometime later by screams. Finding Azaria missing, blood in the tent, and tracks nearby from wild dog-like creatures known as dingoes, Lindy headed to the authorities. However, police found her story implausible, and Lindy was suspected and later convicted for the disappearance.
Oh wow.
Lindy spent 3 years behind bars before Azaria's jacket was found near a dingo lair, and she was pardoned. Even then, the cause was listed as unknown until 32 years later in 2012, when other reports of dingo attacks were reported and the official cause of death was changed.
Wow.
Number 1.
Bruh, she did all that time. Imagine, like, bruh, that's the shit I don't like, bro. Like, people do all this time for something they didn't do. You feel me? Granted, like, you out camping, bro. Ain't no way that I'm gonna put my baby to sleep in a tent. She gonna be sleep right in my arms, and I'm gonna be holding on to my baby. Like, you out camping? That's crazy.
Wrong place, wrong times. English couple Jenny and Jason Cairns Lawrence never let tragedy stop them travelling, even though disaster has followed them everywhere they've set foot. In 2001, they travelled to the US and were sightseeing in New York on September 11th, where they witnessed the most devastating terror attack in the country's history. After this traumatic experience, they planned their next holiday where they thought they were least likely to experience a similar event. This took them to London on July 7th, 2005, where a series of deadly bombings became the first attack of its kind in England's history.
Wow.
Their next holiday took them to Mumbai in 2008, which, as you may have guessed, coincided with another large-scale terrorist attack. Several buildings were attacked by a Pakistani terrorist group, taking 164 lives.
Wow.
Luckily, Jenny and Jason survived their third major terror attack and have not experienced another since. So that was 10 dream...
That's crazy. You feel me? Look, man, all I gotta say about this video, man, be careful what you do when you're on vacation and where you're going, bro. Always pay attention. Like, that's part of my training. Pay attention to your surroundings, everything that's happening around you, because that's very important, you know? You can pick up on the things that's gonna happen before they happen. If you pay attention to people's actions, the scenery, like, even it goes down to, like, the point, like, males in particular, when you're with your family, when you go into restaurants, do not sit with your back towards the door and put your back towards everybody else. Like put your back towards a wall so you can see everything. You can know what's going on. And then always have a plan, bro, an exit strategy. Like, sit where you're going to feel more comfortable, because you never know. That's something to practice, I'm telling you, because you never know what's going to go on. Shit randomly happens all the time. Your job is to be prepared. This is to be prepared and always be paying attention. I think that's a part of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, men, like, protect our families and stuff like that, you know, but ladies can do the same thing. But I'm saying, as far as my belief on how men should treat, you know, be around, we should be protectors and stuff like that, you know, not the other way around. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but just naturally we should be like that to protect y'all. So yeah, I believe in that. But look, man, like I always say, man, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. See you on the next video. Follow my social media, and I'm out though. Bye.